Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Ryan Makes Sense. Let's jump right into our third week of the Robinhood challenge. Again, we're doing $5 a day, $25 a week. Currently, I'm holding, I believe, 10 share or 20 shares of ticker symbol AEY, Advantage Technologies. And this week, I purchased 6 shares of Lantronix, ticker symbol LTRX. I've never really covered that company or stock before, but it is one that I've been watching over the past few years, and it looks like it's at an appetizing area for entry. So we'll take a peek at my Robinhood account, and we're also gonna just look at the overall company of Lantronix, just show you guys why I like it and what I see in terms of value. Let's jump right in. All right, so we are opening Robinhood just to check out the account and see what we're looking like so far. So I have $82 in. That is only because I got a free share of Disney. So my account should be at 75. I did get a free share of Disney for joining Robinhood. If you guys want a free stock in Robinhood, reach out to one of your friends who also invest because they get a free share in Robinhood and you do as well. If you don't have any friends or you want to help support me, there is a Robinhood link where you can join. And again, I will get a free stock and you'll get a free stock as well. But let's just go ahead and see what we got here. So stocks, I have 20 shares of AEY and I have 6 shares of Lantronix and I have 0.059257 shares of Disney. I don't know if this is how much I am up. Yep. Okay, so I am up a dollar. I'm up $7.37. But if we're just looking at AEY and Lantronix, I'm up $1.24. Not much at all. What does my account show all time? I'm up $9, 9%. I'm up 9%. And let's check the SPY because we want to track the SPY. We also want to get to 20% in the year. But we also want to make sure that we're outperforming the S&P 500 because that is important. If we can't beat the S&P 500, why are we wasting our time picking our stocks by ourselves? That is my theory. So let's just check SPY really quick here. SPY. And let's see what it is year to date, which they don't have a year to date. It's almost been a month. So the SPY, well, it's only been 20 days. So if we're looking here, it's up about 4%. It's not bad. So SPY is up about 4%. I'm up about 9%. Again, that is due to my free stock that I got from Disney. So yeah, Lantronix and AEY. So now I'm gonna jump into FinViz and show you guys why I picked LTRX as a stock for this Robinhood account challenge. There's a few ways that we can see this going. The way that I want to see this go is I want to see LTRX drop to around 293. I do want to accumulate because I think currently it's undervalued, and if it goes any far lower, it's going to be even more undervalued and also more appetizing. I feel like appetizing is my word of the day. Also, if you could please subscribe and like this video, it lets YouTube know that picking your own stocks can change your life. Now let's look at LTRX, the company. All right, so we are on finviz.com and we are going to look up ticker symbol LTRX. And this is how we discover if companies are undervalued, overvalued, or a little in between. All right. So this is the first pattern we're seeing on the landing page. Kind of a bullish setup. Let me just make the screen a little bit bigger before I start yapping. Okay. So to the right over here, it is a kind of bullish setup where we have the price on the daily above the resistance on this descending triangle. But as we can see up here, the last time it closed above, it gapped down. So up here, we can see it closed above and it worked its way down. But we're seeing it looks like a double bottom put in here. um, Again, if we see a sharp rise up to the 200 SMA, which is about, gosh, 540, $5.15. Basically, this area right here is a historical resistance. If we see a sharp jump up there, depending on the volume and strength of the move, we are going to want to sell and then repurchase lower, only if this move is not an organic or natural move. And I'm going to be releasing a video in a week or so discussing how to differentiate between a artificial move and a natural organic move. So stay tuned for that one. But let's go down and look at the financial data points. This is what made me want to buy. So we do have sales of 133.7 million. They do lose 4.7 million a year. They have a market cap of 157 million. They have a quick ratio of 1.1, meaning they have enough cash for their company. Their debt to equity is 0.28 and their long-term debt is 0.23. So we are seeing that they're paying down their long-term debt. Sales for the past 5 years are consistent. They're at 23.7%. That is great. It is hard to find micro and small cap companies where we have 5-year plus positive growth. And in sales, that is looking good. Institutions own 40% of the company. Insiders have been selling quite a bit. The gross margins are really high, 42%. This is what is appetizing for this company. And it is somewhat of a low float stock. So volatility to the upside or downside is imminent. And yeah, those are my main drivers for purchasing the stock. So if I just go ahead and do some quick math, let's just see how much cash they have on hand really quick. We'll come back down here. So they have 17.2 million cash and equivalents going back up. Okay, so let's do some quick math to determine around the fair share price of the stock. So 133.7 million. This is the sales plus cash on hand of 17.22 minus the income, which is 4.7. So we have 146 million for the year, and there are only 26 million shares float. So we're going to divide it by 26.73. So the decent share price for this is going to be around $5.47. The current stock price is $4.25, so we are a little bit undervalued here. We have a pretty good premium, about $1 worth of wiggle room to the upside, which is quite a bit. And this is just based off of financials for this last data set. So FinViz is historically known for updating their data. So if you're a fanboy or fangirl of Lantronix, I am not trying to offend you. I'm just going off of the data here. I understand debt, sales, income, all that stuff does get updated more frequent than FinViz does. So please work with me here. So that is pretty good there. And, that's conservatively speaking. So if we include our market cap in here, because market cap also does play a little bit of a role. So 157 million, 0.25 minus 4.70. We're going to add the 133.7 sales, and we're going to add the 17.2. Nothing's going on. And my head is in the way. I apologize. So 157.25 minus 4.7 plus 133.70. 286 cash, and then we divide that by the shares, and this is going to be the more aggressive price target, which is $10, which is a little bit of a stretch, but honestly, if they get their poop in a group and they are executing well, $10 is not out of the question. And if we look at their historical chart here, we can see it's gone to $10 before, and it is currently on a downtrend. I do have a nice chart for this in Thinkorswim. I'm just going to go ahead and load that while we are chatting. All right, let's go check out the balance sheet really quick while that loads. All right, so looking at their income statement, there is some stuff I do want to call out here because it does play into why I chose this stock again. Look at their total revenue, 2021, 71.4, 2022, 129.66, trailing 12 months, 133.75. That is going to be updated June 30, 2023. So it looks like we're on the correct path here to continue growing year over year. Again, the cost of revenue jumped quite a bit from 2021 to 2022. And we can see the cost of revenue trailing 12 months is also increasing slightly, which is producing in total revenue here. And going down just a little bit further, you can see the gross profits are also moving up as well. But what I do want to show you is look at their net income. Do you see a potential pattern here? So net income last year was negative 5.36, and now it's trailing down to negative 4.73. So they're heading in the right direction in terms of net income being profitable, positive. And let's get this Thinkorswim open. All right, so here is the Lantronix LTRX stock. This is on Thinkorswim, and we are looking at candlestick charts, candlestick style on the monthly time frame. So let me explain what's going on here. So this huge square area right here is the take money profitsville zone. We can see this used to act as support right over here, and then it acted as resistance, and the last time it touched this was 2006, so it's been about 17 years. Yeah, 2006 to 2023. So we are not heading in the right direction to touch it, but let me show you what we've got going here. So I've described the square, so let me now describe these Fibonacci arcs. So every time before one of these arcs, the stock price has risen several hundred%. So if we look here, the stock price got as low as $1.93, and it then got to $17.47. That's over almost a 1,000% move. That's over 500 to 800%. Then coming over here, there was 80 cents right here at this arc, and we got to $9.95. That's over a 1,000% move. Now we are heading into a kind of an apex. So I've described the square area, I've described the Fibonacci arcs, and now let me describe all these little lines. So we have several things going on here. The first thing I want to describe is this orange dotted line that I keep touching and it keeps getting bright. This is our historical resistance. The price has never broken above this orange dotted line ever since it fell back in 2001. So this has been the long-term resistance. And this right here, this is the long-term support. The stock price has never gone below this price. So now I'm going to go to the highest point in the resistance over here. And I'm going to make this purple just as a illustration for everybody to see. And I'm going to make it nice and bright. And then we have our historical support right here. The price has never dropped below this. And we're just going to do the same exact thing we just did. We're going to make it purple and bright. So we're coming to an apex. So that means right here is where the support and resistance diverge. So the stock is going to make a large move up or a large move down. My only reason why I say it might move up is because the company is only getting stronger. That is my only reason. Something else that we might see is normally in these types of patterns, if this is a falling triangle or a rising triangle, this is more of a rising triangle because we can see this point is kind of going at this direction upwards. And normally in the falling triangles, we'll see the stock, the pattern normally go to the downside. So what we could see happen is a touchdown here. I have this purple zone, but let me finish this real quick. We could see a touch at 279, and then the next bull run move is going to go up and potentially touch this square and then come back down to this to retest. That is more often than not the trajectory for these types of patterns. And now on the downside, when we have the same type of setup but going downward, we normally see a throwback. So normally the price will fall out and fall down to this level down here before correcting and moving its way up long term, if the company is executing. So what I see happening over the next year is, let's just zoom in this area. It's very busy. This purple zone to be tested several times. Again, the company's only getting better and stronger. So depending on how the next few months go, we could see it bounce off here. But again, I do see potential, I'm not going to say manipulation, but I do see volatility in the short term, bringing this up to $5.50, just because that is where our long-term resistance is. And we can see right here, the stock has acted as resistance. It's bounced its head off of it right here, bounced its head off. This acted as support where the stock bounced upwards. Right here, we see resistance. Let's just zoom in. Resistance, 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 resistance. So it could just test it again. It'd be around $5.50. That would be a good time to take some profits and wait for it to come back and test this purple zone. Depending if you want to hold long-term to get long-term capital gains, you could just continue to accumulate. I plan on continuing to accumulate unless we break over the 550, and then I'll start to sell off maybe 2 shares at a time until I get out with some profit. Really quick, back to Finviz because I didn't get to show you guys their balance sheet. So their total assets is 137 million and their total liabilities is 57 million. So the assets dwarf the liabilities almost 3x. This is a great sign. This is just a perfect setup. So again, this is another reason why I like the stock. And we can see that there has been a lot of inside selling, and this was around $5, $6, $5, $6. So not really concerning there. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. The CEO currently owns 653,000 shares. So that's pretty good. Let me know what you guys think of this stock. Again, not financial advice. You know, I plan to buy when this stock goes down. So I'm just explicitly telling you that the stock is going to go down. If you guys have not already, please click subscribe, hit like. If you are a subscriber to my channel, you will see my real-time trades when I post them in the community tab. But yeah, it would also support the channel if you do that. So take care, everybody. We're going to head into week 4. I should have an account balance of $45 to spend. I'm hoping some stocks go down in price so we can buy some more stuff. But I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week in my next video, actually. Bye.